Cancer Center in St. Thomas, the Charlotte Kimelman Cancer Institute that was completely devastated after Hurricane Irma hit on September 7th. And I'll just give you a really brief, quick intro to myself, Slate Cancer, and then we're going to have fun and Fete. So, if you don't know, my name is Denise Mitchell. I was diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer last January, 6 days before my 33rd birthday. So I basically made Slate Cancer to make it cool and fun and trendy for young black women to speak about our health care and to speak about breast care and just to be preventative and be proactive with our health. I feel like before myself, I didn't know any breast cancer patients besides my mom. And I didn't know any people my age who were suffering with cancer. So I felt like this was a way to make it fun and make it so that we can talk about cancer like it's a normal thing. Like, hey girl, what you doing this weekend? Oh, hey girl, did you check your breast this month? You know what I mean? I wanted to make it so that the communication and the conversation is extremely normal. Because we as black women, we're dying. Young black women are dying from breast cancer. And I just think it's very important for us to keep the conversation going and talking. So I just want to first thank my sponsors, Susan G. Komen for sponsoring the Sip and Fete. Let's give it up for Susan G. Komen, guys. And I just wanted to make a mention about the word cancer slayer. I know that some people may think that only people going through cancer treatment and people that were diagnosed with cancer are cancer slayers, but I don't think that's true. I think every single one of you people in this room are cancer slayers because you're here and you know that there's a fight that we have to win. And I'm sure, again, everyone in here has been affected by cancer in some form or fashion. So all of you guys in here are cancer slayers. And I just want to give you guys a round of applause. Please give you guys like a round of applause. It means a lot to me that you guys are here. Yes. While going through chemotherapy, it affects your joints. You know, cancer slayers in here, they can attest. I'm going to have them come up after me to give their little, let them play their part in this evening. But our joints, our muscles, we get a lot of neuropathy, which is pain in our fingers and toes. So when I actually visited Evans at an event. And after I got my massage, I felt amazing. So I just wanted to offer that to everyone here this evening. So make sure you buy your raffle so you get your in-home massage and you get your 5-minute massage from Evans today. So thank you so much, Evans, Pro Lux Fitness. I appreciate that. And then we have Million Nail Lacquer right here. So again, in a lot of our basically body oils, creams, and everything that we use daily have a lot of toxic things in them and elements that can cause cancer, like nail polish. So I invited Million to come today to basically present to you guys some vegan, all-natural nail polishes. Sweets by Alex. I want to thank you so much for the amazing cupcakes, Alex. And just for your support and love throughout this entire year that I've been through. I appreciate it. The cupcakes are amazing. They're healthy. They're in the back. Guys, make sure you get your cupcakes. We have business cards available so you can order from Alex. And my mom just walked in, I heard. The original cancer slayer. Yeah! That's my mom and my dad. They're repping Slate Cancer with their hats. And of course, Blissful Spa Massage in Atlanta. They were so generous to give us bath salts and organic, all-natural vitamin E, vitamin A, what'd you say? Samples. in your Slate Cancer swag bag that you'll be getting after the Fete. After, I want to see every single person winding their waist. After, I want to see every single person winding their waist, and then you guys can get your gift bags, okay? Okay. Everyone just introduce Shakira. Yeah! I have never spoken in front of people before, so this is very weird. No. Oh. Gosh, I'm shy. So, my name is Shakira, and I recently turned 30 last Saturday. And prior to reaching 30 years of age, I have went through 3 cancers. At 15 years old, I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma stage 4. Under which I went chemotherapy and radiation. In the midst of that, I had a surgery where I completely flatlined because they punctured my major artery. So when you hear someone say, or hear in the movies, oh, when you die, you see the light, I'm living proof that you do see the light and then you go out. I woke up days later in ICU.
I couldn't write. I couldn't speak. I still have the paper that I first wrote on, and it's barely legible. The doctors told me that I would never be able to have a child because I was covered in tumors from my neck to my pelvis, and my ovaries got radiated. So at 15, you're not thinking about having children, but for me, I was. And I got pregnant that night. And I have a beautiful 2-year-old girl named Houston. And she is my miracle, and she is my blessing. And once I conceived Houston and she was born, my faith in God went through the roof. Because it was like I had been through so much. And the doctor, this was something the doctor was saying, it is not going to happen. Not, oh, you may have a hard time. No, it's not going to happen. It happened, I failed. It wasn't the time. It happened again, and I have a regret. 6 months after having her, I went for my mammo. I was diagnosed with bilateral breast cancer. Upon my medical clearance, they found a lymph node in my thyroid. I had breast cancer and thyroid cancer at the same time. And it was a lot of times I said, you know what, if I get cancer again, I'm not going through chemo because I don't want to go through that. And then I got pregnant. And I think that was God's way of saying, look, you're going to go through it. Because you have this little girl that you have to be here for. And my goal in life now is just to simply watch her grow and blossom into whatever she blossoms into. I don't care. Do whatever you want. I tell her every day, this is your world. I live in it. This is your house. I just pay the bills. People look at me crazy. And my answer to them is, that is my child. I was told this could never happen. This is the best thing that has ever happened to me over beating 3 cancers. My child is the best thing that has ever happened to me. So whatever I choose to do with her, ain't none of your damn business. My business is my business. What I choose to put out there is what I choose to put out there. And lately I've decided I need to put this information out there.
Yes.
It's not just for women. You men, you can have breast cancer. It is not, cancer is not sexist. You can get breast cancer. So men also, it's not just about your prostate or your colon. You can get breast cancer. Know your body. Take care of your body. As I stand here drinking wine. But you know, Jesus turned water to wine.
And I have realized that God does not make mistakes. My father was a very sensitive man, and he couldn't last 6 months with the pain. It's very painful. Stomach cancer cancer itself is very painful. So the fact that my father has died 13 days, less than 2 weeks from the day that he was diagnosed, I have to thank God for that, because I couldn't witness him in pain. He couldn't handle the pain. So I know that God has a mission and God has a purpose in everyone's life. And I had to go through 7 biopsies, and I now have lumpy breasts for the rest of my life. But every 6 months I get a breast check, I get a pap smear. A woman's health, everything is internal, so you don't really see things as much. So please, please, please go to the doctor. Have doctors check you. Blood work is so important, and understand that if God places this mission on you, there is a purpose. And I tell Denise this all the time, but you have always been a fashionable person. And God, before you were diagnosed with cancer, it was your year of the Lord. And he knew what he was doing. He knew that that you would need him in this year. And he prepared you that way. And to see you here hosting this Slay Cancer event, it brings tears to my eyes, because it just shows you that God prepares us in ways that you will never be aware of. And you were built for this moment. Like, you literally were built for this moment. And I don't know anybody that could do this better than you. And you and I aren't the closest friends. I see you here and there. But when Christina told me about what was going on with you, I just prayed to God, because I knew that you were being prepared step by step for this moment. So I congratulate you and I commend you on the success that you have had in your personal life. But the fact that you are bringing this message to the community is huge. Thank you. So
Hello everyone, my name is Rhonda and I am a 4-year, 4-month breast cancer survivor. When I was initially diagnosed with breast cancer, it was through a mammogram. My mammogram at the age of 42 was normal. When I went back at the age of 43, they said, we see something, we don't like what we see. Come back, went back, did another mammogram, did a biopsy, and 2 days later they were like, you have cancer. And I was like, I have what? You have got to be kidding me. So for me, I was the first person in my family that I knew of to even ever have cancer. At the time, I had been a registered nurse for 22 years, so I was saying, I'm supposed to be saving people. I'm not supposed to be in the bed. What's going on? So long story short, went through the whole bilateral mastectomies, 4 rounds of chemotherapy, surgery after surgery after surgery, 7 surgeries in 1 year. And I'm just grateful that I'm still here. So like Denise, like Shakira, anytime I get the opportunity to spread the word to other people, I always spread the word, because what does cancer look like? All of us look normal. We're walking around, we're doing what we're doing, and we don't really know what's going on inside of our bodies. But just some of the things that I have learned along this trip, and nobody really knows what's causing it, but I'll just share a few things with you that I learned along the way. In terms of your deodorant, you may want to consider using deodorant that doesn't have aluminum in them. So there's some deodorants that have the breast cancer symbol on them. Tom's will never hold me. The whole room will be smelling me right now. So you have to figure out which one will hold you. You have to go through a couple. In terms of your fish, try to buy wild caught instead of farm raised. The farm raised fish, now when you read it, it says dye added, and I don't know why they're adding dye to our fish. The chicken, if you choose to eat it, try to get antibiotic-free chicken. These are things we don't think about. We just buy chicken, but there is chicken that says hormone-free, antibiotic-free, and they're giving the meat all these hormones and antibiotics, and those may be some of the things that's making us sick. For females, make sure 7 to 10 days after the first day of menstruation, you're checking your breast, and you're starting under your arm, because if you just check your breast, you can miss something under your arm. If you're not menstruating anymore, you still need to check your breast the same day of the month, every month. And as Shakira said, men can get breast cancer as well. You're going to have your first mammogram at the age of 35, unless you have a mother or sister that had breast cancer before the age of 45, and then you're going to start your mammograms 10 years before that. So since I was diagnosed at 43, my daughter should have her first mammogram at 33. And she's only 15, and I'm saying, you gotta get your mammogram at 33. She's like, what? So, thank you, and like someone else said, God put you on this journey for whatever reason, because if you never went through the journey, you couldn't help other women, and you never know whose lives you may be saving. So, congratulations.
That's good. So, the name of this poem is called She Is. She is strength, an infusion of warrior saturated with authentic spirit, an embodiment of resilience exposing her fight and tumultuous journey. Her smile brightens despite the darkness hidden, and her perseverance takes lead despite the exhaustion her body endures. She is strength, a woman who loves beyond capacity and fights in silence. The scars so easily displayed are marks of her testimony, a battle wound stitched by God's love that she isn't afraid to hide, and yet her beauty resonates in sight, so it's only right that she lives in abundance. She is strength. When you see her, you can never tell pain resides in her storyline. She simply masters the ability to walk chin up despite her downs with no appearance of frowns. Oh, how amazing an individual. A woman of grace and faith, she is strength.
So my name is Ebony Adams. I hold the title of Miss Grenada USA 2017. This project is made possible by the Grenadian American Ex-Teachers Association, and together they understand the importance of breast health, getting screened, mammograms, and just staying healthy and being aware that this issue is present.
Do